What's going on, Goonies? I hope you're having an absolutely phenomenal day.
This video is going to be a little bit shorter, but we have some very important things to chit chat about. And I'm not talking about the fact that I look horrible, I haven't shaved in a couple days. No, we're going to address that a little bit later. In this video, I want to talk about all the negative Nancy's. If you look around in the FinTwit, financial, active trading, investing sphere, right now there's a lot of negative Nancy's, some doomsday sayers, basically people talking about crashes and this, that, and the other thing. And I get it. The market's been a little bit red, but I think in this video, I'll be able to ease a couple of people's fears and maybe calm down the anxiety. So I hope you're watching this video in time, because this all revolves around what's happening tomorrow, Friday, September the 26th, because we have some big things coming down the pipeline that I think is going to make you happy, well, at least if you're watching this video in time. But very quickly, before we get to that, if you enjoy these type of market breakdowns, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with a friend, even if you want to say hi in a comment below. All that good stuff helps out with the engagement and the algorithm that basically runs my life. And with that being said, let's ride. Alrighty, so to kick this off, we're going to split the video into two major parts: what in the world's been going on and what to pay attention to next. So for chapter 1, you should know that as I'm filming this, the market just closed, and here was the official headline. S&P 500 declines for a third day as a once hot AI play Oracle falls, yields increase. Because that is all happening, people are, yes, starting to panic. All of a sudden seeing the red, and it is red. I'm not saying, oh, that's not painful, but yeah, we have some serious drops there. There's a lot more red than there is green. The SPY ending the day 0.46%, the Nasdaq down 0.43%, the Russell down even more, almost an entire percent, and Bitcoin getting its butt handed to it. And it wasn't just what we saw in price action. With respect to the large players, you can see here, they were selling the entire New York Stock Exchange pretty much all day. Another thing to consider. And also in the options market, huge vomit until around 2 p.m. A little bit of a recovery, but overall trending down, and the Mag 7 wasn't much better. We had got this big push all the way till about same time, 2 p.m., and then a little bit of a recovery into close. So the first question is, what in the world is going on? It's a little bit of profit taking right here. We just hit an all-time high on Tuesday the 23rd. Not that crazy that some of the larger players and some of the smaller players locking in their gains, and you're seeing that on the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and also a little bit of the Russell. So a little bit there. The other thing you should consider is the fact that there's some political upheaval, if you will. Trump cancels meeting with top Democrats as government shutdown looms. Remember, the economy, the stock market, doesn't like it when the government shuts down. And right now on Polymarket, the odds of a government shutdown, at least in the US, is starting to uptick. So people not liking it. Remember, the market hates uncertainty, and this is clearly something producing uncertainty. And also midday, right when we had this giant vomit midday, it also happened that we might be talking about WW Trace breaking. Russia claims NATO has declared war against them. Obviously, this isn't really true. And it was, if you listen to the clip, hey, I don't want to tell you what to think. You can come up with your own opinion, but there's many clips going around on the internet of a person representing Russia at the conference basically saying NATO's declared war on us. And everyone's like, wait, we did? So anyway, when the bots in the stock market heard that, well, obviously that's down, but then we recovered because people are like, seems like a bit of an overreaction. But obviously, if this were to happen in the short term, that would be absolutely horrible for the market, then probably recover. But for humanity as a general, that would be horrible regardless, clearly. So there you have it very quickly. Between a little bit of profit taking, uncertainty related to the government shutdown, and also a surprise thing related to World War III, basically, that's what the market doesn't like in the short term. But I'm putting a huge emphasis on the short term, and this is what makes me want to rip my hair out when I look at social media and mainstream media. As soon as there's a little bit of a red day or two, everyone freaks out. But remember, when in doubt, zoom out. I get it. We're down 0.5% today. We were down 0.5% yesterday. Remember, we just hit an all-time high. This trend is beautiful. Higher highs, higher lows. I get it. If we break the trend line, that could be an issue. If we break the 50 EMA, that could be an issue. But let's panic if that were to happen. There's no need to have anxiety right now. Same thing in the Nasdaq. higher highs, higher lows, strong price action, strong momentum. For all I know, this is just going to be a higher low. We haven't broken the channel. We haven't broken the 50 EMA. We haven't broken a recent low. I don't know why people are panicking at this point when there's really no measurable data for reasons to panic. If anything, the only people panicking have been the people buying 0 DT YOLO call options at market open every day, because for a lot of days it does work. And when it doesn't work for 2 or 3 days in a row, and they act as if the market's about to puke. Maybe it will, but as of right now, we are not seeing it. And obviously, the same thing is true here in the Russell. Strong trend. Higher highs, higher lows, good momentum. We haven't taken out the recent lows. We haven't taken out the 50 EMA. I don't know why people are panicking. Very quick caveat though, Bitcoin is actually kind of looking weak. I know I just made an update video saying, hey, this might be a higher low. But guess what? Yesterday was actually a fake out and it just got clapped. And now we have officially lower highs. And I'm curious, we're going to take out this early September low around 107,000. Because if we do, that's going to set up potentially another leg down to 98. So in terms of, okay, like what actually has strong structure, the equities market, very, very strong. Crypto market in the short term, putting in a lower high. And now we're about to see if we're going to take out this most recent low. So I am not against crypto or Bitcoin or anything like that. I'm just being realistic of the most recent structure. Speaking of structure, that's actually one of the main reasons why I'm sitting here calm right now. I get it. I see it all over. In fact, half the stream today was just trying to get people to calm down. But one of the reasons why I get it, a little bit of red of why I'm sitting here so calm, is because of the overall structure related to the S&P 500. On the screen now, shout out to Spot Gamma if you want to use this tool. It's the best options analytics tool. You could get 80% off. I'll link it somewhere down below the video in the description, whatever. You'll be able to find it. But shout out to Spot Gamma. Right here, you can see that we are currently, where did we officially close at? 6604. 6604, right roughly where my cursor is. We're smack dab in the middle of a lot of positive gamma. A lot of positive gamma to our left, a lot of positive gamma to our right. What does that mean? Positive gamma is not bullish or bearish. It means mean reversion. It means when we go up, market makers need to sell. It means when we go down, market makers need to buy. The fact that we are caught in the middle of a huge area of positive gamma really means we can't move that much. Obviously, if we were to break above 6,775, yeah, things could get crazy to the upside. On the flip side, if we were to break below 6,450, things could get crazy to the downside. But at the point that I'm filming this video, nothing that crazy is going on, which is another piece of data, an empirical measure we have that to freak out about, oh man, the bottom's going to fall out here. Right now, the data simply does not suggest that. Obviously, as soon as tomorrow, things could change, but I'm just letting you know right now, we're in a ton of positive gamma. But I keep referring to things could change tomorrow, and they probably will. Tomorrow, Friday, September the 26th, which is exactly why I hope you're watching this video in time, we're getting the PCE price index. This, according to the Fed, is their favorite measure of inflation. It comes out an hour before the market opens. Shameless plug, I'll be streaming the whole thing. If you enjoy these market update videos, don't forget, Monday to Friday, I also have a live trading show, normally from 9 to 11, but because of this event, I'm going to be starting a little bit early so we can all watch the chaos together. But for right now, one of the major things impacting the world of stocks and equities and crypto is what in the world is going on with monetary policy. And remember, they care about two things and two things exclusively: inflation and jobs. Well, today we got some pretty good jobs numbers, so we're all kind of now waiting for inflation that is coming out tomorrow. Right now, when it comes to the PCE, it is very rare that we get a major surprise because we already have the CPI numbers and people just kind of extrapolate that forward. So right now, the line in the sand is 2.9, 0.2. I'm expecting it to come out at expectation. And if it does, the market loves when you remove uncertainties, which is the exact opposite of what I was saying earlier related to the government shutdown. When we remove that uncertainty, that maybe gives us this upside opportunity, which is another technical thing I want to dive into. As of today's official close, we still have an upside gap fill. You can see in the chart here between Wednesday's low and today, Thursday's high, there's a gap in the chart between 2 days ago low and today's high. There's this gap between 6621 and 6619. That's an unfilled gap. For whatever reason, and there's a lot of thoughts for this, but what you need to know, when there's a gap in the chart, there's a high statistical likelihood, especially when the gap is to the upside, that the gap gets filled. You gotta know that, because tomorrow, if we get a decent inflation report at expectations or lower, as in cooler than expected, also with this technical setup, well, not only would I be looking at this upside gap fill at 6621, coming back to some of these key levels, not that crazy that we see a push to 6650, 6680. So I just want to put that out there, because right now in the market, that is where some large players are positioned. So there you have it. I hope you're watching this video in time, because to wrap up the week and to get the final trading Friday of the month of September, it's most likely going to be pretty chaotic due to the inflation report. But I get it. If you're paying attention to news, or maybe if you're just looking at your own account, you might be saying, wow, this is really bad. When in doubt, zoom out. We're not that far removed from the overall all-time high on the S&P 500, on the NASDAQ, and on the Russell. Granted, Bitcoin is looking a little rough, but coming back to the equities market, we're still strong price structure, still strong price momentum. We haven't taken out a recent low, and we haven't taken out the 50 EMA. If that happens, maybe I'll switch my overall bias, but overall, I like this dip, and in fact, I'll report back to you how it all plays out. But on this dip today, I got S&P 500 calls, I got NASDAQ calls, I got a couple equity calls, and I plan on using this dip, as long as the structure holds, to ideally pad my account on the bounce back to the upside. So maybe it's a good play, maybe it's a bad play, I don't know. I'm not clairvoyant, but I would love to hear from you in a comment below. That's what I have for you today. I appreciate all the good vibes. I'll catch you in the show tomorrow. Have a good one.
Peace.